This is a broadcast from the Peripheral Vision Research Institute. If you're receiving this transmission, you've been flagged for observation. At approximately 3:47 a.m. last Wednesday, motion sensors in residential zones detected movement that shouldn't exist. Not intruders, not animals, something that only appears when you're not looking directly at it. Residents reported the same phenomenon. A shadow in the corner of their vision, always in the periphery, never in direct sight. Mrs. Patterson reported it first. She was reading in her living room at 11:23 p.m. comfortable, normal evening. Then she felt it, a presence to her left, just outside her direct line of sight. She turned to look. Nothing there. She went back to reading. 5 seconds later, the feeling returned. Stronger. Something was standing in the corner. She could sense its position, its height, its stillness. But the moment she turned her head, it vanished. Not quickly. It was simply never there. We now classify this as a peripheral entity. It exists only in the space your eyes cannot focus on. The moment your central vision attempts to perceive it, it ceases to occupy that location, but it never truly leaves. It simply relocates to another corner, another edge of your vision, always present, always watching, always just out of direct sight. The entity does not move when observed. Multiple subjects report identical behavior patterns. You feel it behind you. You turn. Nothing. You return to your original position. Within seconds, the presence returns. Same location. Same feeling of being watched, as if it moved back the instant you stopped looking. Some subjects report testing this repeatedly, spinning in circles, checking corners, looking under furniture. The entity is never visible during the search, but the moment they stop and resume normal activity, it returns. David Chen documented this for 6 consecutive nights. Kitchen corner at 2:17 a.m. every night. Same corner. He would wake up thirsty, walk to the kitchen and feel it. Standing motionless in the far corner by the refrigerator, he installed a camera pointing at that exact spot. Reviewed the footage the next morning. Nothing visible. Empty corner. But his own behavior on camera revealed the truth. He would glance toward that corner repeatedly. His body language showed awareness of something, subtle turns of the head, protective positioning of his body, creating distance from that specific corner. His unconscious mind knew something was there even when the camera saw nothing. The entity appears most frequently during transition periods, when you're between activities, walking from one room to another, sitting down after standing, the moment right before sleep, times when your focus is scattered, when your peripheral vision is processing more than your central vision. That's when it manifests most strongly. Researchers believe it exists in the neurological gap between direct observation and peripheral awareness, a blind spot in human perception. Not in your eyes, in your processing. Children report it more frequently than adults. 47% of children surveyed describe seeing something in their room at night, always in the corner, always watching. Parents dismiss it as imagination, but the descriptions are remarkably consistent across different children who have never met. Standing figure, taller than adult height, perfectly still, slightly darker than the surrounding darkness, and most concerning, patient. It never approaches, it simply watches, waiting for something. One family reported their 4-year-old daughter refusing to sleep in her room. She insisted something was in the corner every night. Same corner, top right near the ceiling. The parents saw nothing, reassured her repeatedly. Nothing there, just shadows. After 2 weeks, the mother spent the night in her daughter's room. 11:53 p.m. she felt it, exactly where her daughter described. Upper right corner. She couldn't see it directly, but her peripheral vision registered something, a density, a presence. She turned on every light, examined the corner. Nothing. The moment she turned off the lights and settled back into bed, it returned. Same corner, same presence. The entity doesn't respond to light. Multiple tests confirm this. Bright rooms, dark rooms, No difference in manifestation frequency. It appears regardless of lighting conditions, because it's not interacting with light in a normal way. It exists in perception, not in physical space. Your brain registers it, but your eyes cannot confirm it. This creates a neurological paradox. Your mind knows something is there, but your visual cortex has no data to support it. Some subjects report the entity getting closer over time. First appearance, far corner of the room. Week 2, middle of the room. Week 3, just behind their shoulder, but always in peripheral vision, never in direct sight. One subject reported feeling breath on the back of his neck. He spun around immediately. Nothing there. He touched the back of his neck. It was cold, measurably colder than the rest of his skin, as if something had been breathing cold air directly onto him, but there was no one there. There is never anyone there when you look. The entity does not appear in mirrors. Subjects standing in front of mirrors report feeling it behind them. Strong presence. Undeniable awareness of something standing just behind them, but the mirror reflection shows nothing. They spin around, nothing behind them. They turn back to the mirror. The feeling returns. Something behind them in the physical space, but absent from the reflected space. As if mirrors cannot capture it, as if it exists in a dimension that reflections don't access. Animals respond to it. Dogs will stare at empty corners and growl, not barking, growling, low, sustained, defensive. Cats will track something moving across a room with their eyes, following a path, but nothing is visible to humans. The animals see it or sense it, but they never approach. They maintain distance, watch it, but refuse to investigate. When forced closer to the area, they resist, pull away, show genuine fear. Animals know something is there. They just can't do anything about it. Recording equipment produces inconsistent results. Standard cameras see nothing. Infrared occasionally registers cold spots in corners where subjects report the entity. But no shape, no form, just temperature anomalies. Audio equipment sometimes captures low-frequency sounds, below human hearing range, 17 Hz, the frequency known to cause feelings of anxiety and presence. But we don't know if the entity produces this frequency, or if the frequency allows us to perceive the entity. If you're experiencing this phenomenon, do not attempt to make direct contact. Do not speak to empty corners. Do not acknowledge its presence verbally. The moment you confirm awareness, the pattern changes. Subjects who spoke to the entity reported appearing in multiple locations simultaneously, multiple corners, multiple presences, as if acknowledgement allows it to multiply, or as if speaking to it reveals there were always multiple entities, and you only noticed one. Do not shine lights directly at the location. Multiple subjects report that illuminating the corner makes the presence stronger, not weaker, as if light feeds it, or as if forcing your visual attention to the location strengthens its hold on your peripheral awareness. Paradoxically, ignoring it seems to limit its influence. Pretend you don't notice. Continue normal activities. The presence remains but doesn't intensify. If you feel it while lying in bed, do not get up to investigate. This is critical. Multiple subjects report that standing up to check the corner results in the presence relocating behind them, now between them and their bed, between them and their exit. They report feeling trapped, unable to return to bed without walking past it. Some subjects have spent entire nights standing in their rooms, too afraid to move, too afraid to walk through the space where they felt it. This transmission is your only warning. The peripheral entity is spreading. 14 residential zones now confirmed, 63 cases under investigation. It selects individuals through unknown criteria, but once you're selected, it remains. Subjects report continued presence for months, years. Some report they've stopped noticing it, adapted to its presence, integrated it into their normal perception. They know it's there, always there, but they've learned to function regardless. This has been a broadcast from the Peripheral Vision Research Institute. If you feel something watching from the corner of your vision, Trust that feeling, it's there, it's real, and it's never leaving. Stay calm, stay aware, and whatever you do, don't look directly at it, because the moment it knows you can't see it, it wins.